race important. Here we go. And Dixon gets a nice jump on the inside of Rossi. They head towards you, PT.
I can see him coming now. Everybody's out on the inside. A couple cars go straight. Everybody's going off. Oh, cars spinning, cars wrecking everywhere. Oh my God, that was so intense.
Romain Grosjean, Will Power right in front of you. Oliver Askew was involved. Both Ganassi cars, Palou and Dixon, missed the turn.
Let's take another look here. Watch Rosenqvist, the third blue and orange car, coming up on Scott Dixon, who's behind Palou. See that little tap right there? Rosenqvist hits Dixon. Dixon shoots up the inside of Palou, and that's what forced Palou wide.
And away we go. So in a more orderly fashion, PT, here they come down the front straight towards you in the Shelton chicane. Let's hope for a clean run through this time.
Yeah, that was a very smart move by Palou to make the jump on that start. He's got his teammate now a little bit further back, can't protect him. But right now, everybody getting through here clean. Scott Dixon gets passed by his teammate. They are together with Felix Rosenqvist again, as Alexander Rossi now trying to look to get by Scott Dixon.
Yeah, Dixon, Palou, Rossi, Rosenqvist all pitted under caution. So they will have to make 2 more pit stops to get to the end, but they have fresh rubber. And in the case of Alexander Rossi, he's put the harder black compound on against Dixon in the reds just ahead. Paul, what do you have? Paul's heading back up to us.
So he'll join us shortly. Meanwhile, Alexander Rossi in the Auto Nation car. Look at Dixon defending the best that he can at 180 miles an hour.
These guys have to make moves right now. There is no option other than to absolutely go for broke and make something happen. Otherwise, you're just not going to score big points today. It really needs to start early and often for these guys in the back. Look at Hunter Ray making a move. 3 wide to turn 1. Dalton Kellett.
And Dixon on Palou. Dixon on Palou. He gets his teammate. Nice move into turn 1. Now he's got another teammate to get by. That bright yellow and blue car. That's the Carvana Honda of Jimmy Johnson is the next one on Dixon's list. Can you believe, Townsend, 2 races in a row, Dixon and Palou have been taken out by another car. Nothing to do with what they're doing, nothing to do with their performance. Wrong place, wrong time. But at least they continue in this race.
Yeah, they have a shot today to make it happen. What will Jimmy Johnson do as Chip Ganassi teammate to the PNC cars of Dixon and Palou? Let's see if Johnson lets them by. There goes Dixon.
No worries. Alex Palou not quite close enough to Jimmy.
I would think Jimmy will let Palou by here on the front straightaway. And by the way, shout out to Jimmy Johnson, who has been slowly but methodically improving in IndyCar, had his best start to the weekend. Running in the field. There goes Palou now. So Dixon and Palou are clear. And that's Alexander Rossi in the blue and yellow Napa car now looking for his chance to get back to the front.
So up front, Pato O'Ward, the championship leader, has been given an almighty gift because his 9-point lead has now blown out to a 49-point lead as they run, but very early on, of course, in this 110-lap race. As we see Joseph Newgarden and Scott Dixon, the 2 guys who were arm wrestling for the championship last year, they're located at the moment in 12th and 13th place, as Dixon is trying to drag his teammate along with him, Alex Palou, to get up as high as they possibly can.
And these guys are having a tough time. Look at all these championship guys racing with Ilott and Kellett. Kellett is all the way up to 10th right now, so a great day for the 14th.
Well, you see Newgarden, Palou, Dixon trying to do the most difficult thing in racing, hold position and save fuel. Team Penske has now pitted 2 of their 4 drivers. That tells me that their prediction is there's a 50-50 chance of what the strategy is going to be. Let's make sure we have both bases covered. We'll have to see how that plays out down the stretch. Ryan Hunter-Ray really didn't even get a qualifying lap. Kevin had so many issues. He pits as well.
Ryan Hunter-Ray comes in. We think he might have been in a position to be able to do it on 2, but one advantage he has, because of an engine change yesterday, he didn't qualify. So they've got 3 sets of sticker reds. I'm going to guess that had something to do with the strategy. Hey, let's go ahead and still make it a 3-stopper and make use of the tire advantage we have.
And Ryan has confirmed that this will be his 3rd to last drive with Andretti Autosport after a fabulous career with Michael Andretti's team. He's got 2 more drives left with the organization after today.
You know, Townsend, I'm watching this fight here, and Newgarden has really struggled this weekend with the handling in the car, and he's really not putting any pressure on Ilott. He's under a lot of pressure from Dixon right now.
Yeah, I wonder if they're telling him a lot about fuel mileage. I think it's going to take some magic to really make it work on 2 stops, but so far, that number 2 Hitachi car and those 2 orange and blue Ganassi cars are really just kind of hanging out. Somebody dropping wheels. We're going to see more of that today. That looks like Grosjean on the backside. He was trying to make a move on Hunter-Reay.
It's been a wild weekend for Romain Grosjean. You know, when we've seen him at the Indianapolis road course and other races where he's just been so together and whatever, this track seems to have got his number. He doesn't particularly enjoy it. Let's have a look at what happened to him.
Yeah, he got a penalty in qualifying it, which bounced him out, but he was pretty good in practice. This was a pretty slick move, got to the outside, tried to go around the outside, and Hunter-Reay just ran him off the edge of the road, Townsend.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a veteran savvy here from Hunter-Reay.
I like the move, though. Look at the move. He's there, he's there, he's there. Look, he's actually ahead, and Hunter-Reay just unwinds the wheel. Look, bang.
Hip check.
Yeah.
Might see more from those 2 drivers down the road here today.
Hey, kind of note too, guys, everybody in the paddock believes that the 51 driver, Grosjean, is taking that seat next year for Ryan Hunter-Reay. There was some good commentary on the radio between Ray Gosselin and Ryan just a moment ago.
Hunter-Reay almost spun out after that contact. That was a huge save.
We'll have to get used to not seeing him in these colors next year because Harvey is down to his last 2.5 races with Meyer Shank Racing as well in the AutoNation Sirius XM machine. Comes out ahead of Ed Jones.
Cold tires for Jack Harvey. Ed Jones pitted a few laps ago. This could get a little dicey through the S's. Look at Jones looking to the inside.
Oh, he blocks a little bit, and Jones slides down the inside, but he holds up Ericsson. If he gets around these next couple corners, he might be able to hold off Ericsson as well.
Those 2 cars, Jones in the Seal Master and Harvey on the Sirius XM car, that pink car, both on similar strategies. Harvey blocking Ericsson onto the back straightaway. Bourdais might have a chance there in the black car to have a run now.
Ericsson thought about that, didn't he, for a moment in the Husky Chocolate Honda. Here comes Sebastian Bourdais. This track has been wonderfully generous to Bourdais. He loves this place. Harvey defending on the inside at 180 miles an hour.
A lot of marbles where Jack Harvey just drove, but he hangs on.
Bourdais now right on the tail end of Marcus Ericsson. Push to pass is engaged.
Red and black and white car is the 21.
Ericsson's going to make a move. Harvey defends.
Oh, hang on.
Nice move.
That was slick. Good work from the Swedish driver. Now there is the Sonax Chevy of Rinus VeeKay that just turned 21 yesterday as Hunter-Reay almost dropped a wheel off.
Tell you what, that was a big block there by Jack Harvey. He swerved right over at Sebastian Bourdais.
So different strategies, but look who's at the top of the field at the moment. Scott Dixon leads the way. But again, he pitted on lap 9 along with 7 other drivers.
Bourdais just muscled his way past Harvey. Harvey's been throwing blocks like Jonathan Ogden, but Bourdais just pushed his way through.
Rinus VeeKay right in front of the AutoNation cam here of Ryan Hunter-Reay. You can see Rinus VeeKay's car, the rear, just squirming around under power. Those rear tires are gone. Hunter-Reay's got a nice little run here on the push to pass. You see the green lights on the steering wheel. That's push to pass engaged. Here we go. Rinus VeeKay blocks. Hunter-Reay goes for the inside.
Left side.
Very clean pass. Textbook.
Chop, next one's Harvey. He's going to be saving fuel for a 2-stopper.
That's the message to Captain America, Ryan Hunter-Reay. Let's go. Next one is Jack Harvey up ahead. Kind of like a sister car, there's a technical alliance between Andretti Technologies and Meyer Shank Racing.
And great job from the pits with Ryan Hunter-Reay, keeping him informed of the big picture. Now, here comes Scott Dixon. Lap 44. Still have to make one more stop to get to the end.
Scott Dixon also taking off those red alternate tires, going for the black primaries. He said no wing adjustment, even with the switch of tires. That's the second pit stop for Scott Dixon, who gave up the lead. to make it, Kev.
You saw Alexander Rossi coming right around. Colton Herta also, he's pitting here in the 26 Gainbridge car. I'm hearing also something is under review for Herta, maybe a shortcut at some point. Pitted from fourth, and we're told he is not going to be penalized for that, and Herta is back out.
So a staggered approach from Chip Ganassi Racing with the two PNC bank cars. Alex Palou is getting ready to pit now as we ride on board with Scott Dixon, who's been able to leapfrog his way around Joseph Newgarden.
Don't forget, Joseph Newgarden's trying to make this on one more stop. Scott Dixon only has one more stop. This is the battle right here that could determine the winner today. But Newgarden doesn't have as much fuel to use, Paul. It's amazing, but that pit stop from Dixon early on with the yellow could make the difference. Along with this guy, Alex Palou in the top of the frame, Kelly.
Putting in a fast lap on his in lap to make the switch off the alternates onto the primaries. No changes for that 10.
I tell you what, that was a brave pass by Joseph Newgarden.
And watch this. Watch this, because Palou's just coming out of the pits, Paul. Here comes Newgarden and Dixon. There's Alex Palou. Those three cars all battling for what could be the win today. Newgarden with that bold move, but Diffie's going to have to save gas to make it work.
Got to save gas, and the overcut, staying out that extra lap by Alex Palou, and the 10 team worked. It paid off.
Right now, as it runs, Ray Hall is cycled back to the front with a Ward, and now Scott McLaughlin and Pagano up to third and fourth. Jones has slipped back to fifth.
Wonder if that damage, though, if there's any debris that maybe was picked up into a radiator, but suddenly Eilert coming to a stop.
Maybe these two were racing each other pretty hard, and now Kellett has stopped, so maybe these two had contact with each other and have done some damage. But man, got to give a shout out to Eilert and Junkos. They've done a fantastic job this weekend.
They have, Paul, very much so. There's got to be a caution here.
And look at all these guys. They're getting in early. They're going to try to beat the yellow. If a yellow does come, all these drivers will go to the front and be sitting pretty, including Pato Award.
Kevin?
And that's exactly it. I don't think anybody was planning on coming at this point, but if a yellow came out and you stayed out, you'd fall all the way to the back when you had to pit just a little bit later. Pato Ward, the first to get out. You see Simon Pagano in that bright yellow car having a great day. Drag racing his teammate Scott McLaughlin on pit road. I see Marcus Erickson.
Here's the caution, Kev.
And Graham Rahal stayed out.
Not good.
Graham stayed out on the track, and the yellow was out, and now this is really going to screw him.
Now Graham Rahal's going to lead the field back to green, similar to what O'Ward did earlier. He gets going through turn 11. Through turn 12. Got to be delicate through here. A lot of drivers have come unstuck here as they rip onto the front straight.
Newgarden has a problem getting off the corner. Scott Dixon side by side at the start-finish line.
And Rossi, here comes Rossi on the inside.
3 wide into the turn. It works.
Worked well. Great move, Alexander Rossi in the Napa Auto Parts Honda.
And I think smart from Alex Palou there to back out a little bit and avoid contact.
Takuma Sato in the blue and white machine. The MyJack entry was having a look at Scott Dixon there. Wasn't quite close enough. Good restart, Graham Rahal. Ed Jones in the Sealmaster Honda. And then Jack Harvey for Myashank Racing.
Whoa. See that? You get all sideways off the corner, using up those tires, Townsend, and you're going to pay for that at the end of this stint.
Behind O'Ward is Will Power, not a championship contender. All Power cares about is winning the last 3 races, so O'Ward's going to have his hands full. It looks like Power got by there. Pickup is always an issue. Some of the dirt, some of the spent rubber can pick up on the tires on a restart. It can take a while to clean things up. Meanwhile, Alex Palou is back in front of Alexander Rossi.
There's McLaughlin in the PPG Chevy getting a position on Pato O'Ward. It's not going the way that the Arrow McLaren SP driver would like.
Some cars have more fuel than other. Kevin, what do you know about O'Ward?
Well, we talked about, and I mentioned a moment ago, about the power concerns that he had after the restart, and he was told, we're okay. It was the wrong fuel map. Some more review? No, they still have some questions. I just checked in with Taylor Kyle. Let's listen to their conversation on the radio.
I'm getting destroyed in the straightaway.
We're looking at everything here, mate. Everything looks okay from our telemetry, but I believe you. Just stay focused, do what we can here.
And Taylor said, we're still looking into it. We're not sure, but they're obviously concerned. The timing of the yellow didn't help a lot. And now this, back in 15, could be a big swing in the championship for him. Meanwhile, up front, as you said, I think that's the number. Get to about lap 75, 76, even better. No one will tell us exactly whether they're going to make it or not, but just monitoring the radio, there doesn't seem to be a lot of panic. They're not telling him continuously, you got to do better, you got to do better. So I think right now, they're on pace to be able to get it done on that one more stop.
Well, you see the upper left-hand corner, last pit stop in sequence. So Rahal has the least fuel. Ed Jones has more than Rahal. Jack Harvey has more than Jones. And then that Palou, Rossi, Newgarden, at least Palou and Rossi should be good quite easily on fuel. So if Rahal can stretch this out, Paul, he could be on for his first win in quite some time.
Well, not only that, for Jones, too, to come home potentially in a podium position for James Sullivan and Jimmy Vasser and that team, that would be a huge shot in the arm for next season.
And Jones, who stepped away from the sport, not by choice, for a year and then came back. Good to have him back, and it'll be a nice shot in the arm for Dale Coyne Racing with Vasser Sullivan as we go back on board with Pato O'Ward. Here's Callum Ilott. He's made it back and getting help by the Juncos Hollinger team. They've got that car repaired. They're going to send him.
Yeah, just going to get more laps in, get more experience, get more time in the car. So limited laps here at Townsend this weekend. He came over, one practice session, and then straight into qualifying. So going to get him some more track time.
Yeah, he should come out on his own section of racetrack. There you see in the distance, there comes Graham Rahal, the leader. So for Callum Ilott and the Juncos team, a great opportunity to test. Spoke to Ricardo Juncos this morning. He is so excited about the future of his organization. Said they should be good for the next couple, 2-3 years at least, with the new investment from Hollinger. So very exciting times in IndyCar, especially for some of these little teams that are getting a shot. And so far, they're proving great pace. Just got to work on some reliability.
All right, let's talk Alexander Rossi for a moment with the Auto Nation on board. This guy here, who's an Indianapolis 500 winner and regular championship contender, it's not the case this year. He's outside the top 12 in points coming into this 14th round, and unusually, uncharacteristically, just strangely, Alexander has not had a podium this year. He is well in contention for one here today. We'll see if it materializes.
Yeah, he didn't have a good start. I mean, the start for him at the beginning, he said he was really going to go for it on the outside, and he got gobbled up by, you know, pretty much everybody around him, and then was forced, Townsend, to go through the runoff, and that really kind of hurt him.
These top 5 cars all running on
about 10 more to this stop.
Ooh, about 10 more. So that suggests that you need to get to lap 80 to make it 30 laps to the end full rich. So that likely means that if Graham Rahal makes his stop, he's really going to have to fuel save to make it to the end. So we'll have to see that plays out. But those top 5 cars you see there on the left-hand side, all on the harder black tire, I would expect them to go to reds for the finish.
Yeah, Palou, Rossi, Dixon with 44, 43, and 43 laps. Those are the guys right now. If they can get to that lap, they're in much better shape than Rahal, who's going to have to certainly pit earlier than them.
The Englishman is at the top of the order. We've already told you in this broadcast he is leaving the team in 2 weeks' time after the Grand Prix, the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach. He has not announced officially where he is going. That's one of the silly season news stories. So, Kelly, this would be remarkable. I mean, it's been so frustrating for him. He's been on the podium for Jim Meyer and Mike Shank, but he has never won an IndyCar race. It'd be kind of a little uncanny if he was doing it on his way out the door.
Well, he wants to have a strong finish with this team because they've been together for so long, but he also wants to have a strong finish to the season to give his new team something to be excited about. His deal is done, but the team not yet ready to announce it. The orders to Jack, as he has assumed the lead, was to push, 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 because they're going to be calling him to pit lane here shortly.
Man, if he was able to pull off a win, guys, and this is a long time coming in the works. He's been a front runner for at least 2.5 years, qualifying up front, and here he comes. He's coming into the pits now.
He was about a second a lap quicker than Graham Rahal on that last lap on the racetrack, but that number 60 Auto Nation pits along with Joseph Newgarden and Takuma Sato. Kelly, they're coming to you.
Jack Harvey had to push it while saving fuel during that stint, and those are sticker red Firestone alternate tires going on for this final stint for Harvey.
And Joseph Newgarden has the same. He has a set of stickers. By not making it past round one, that's the advantage. Newgarden with a good chance. He should be able to get home. The others that have already stopped a little more iffy.
7.3 seconds for both Joseph Newgarden and Jack Harvey. Well
There's
done.
Rahal.
And he's got out in front. But
There's
Rahal's
Rahal.
on hot tires.
Hot tires for Rahal. Be careful here.
Harvey's going to block to driver's right. He's going to drive the minimum distance and force Graham to the outside. Harvey on the softer reds. He pulls it off.
Oh, he's going to maybe run off the track, Townsend.
Almost slides wide. If Harvey can hang on for 2 more corners, that might make the difference.
That in-lap was superb from Jack Harvey. That could be the difference. Good work from Meyer Shank, the crew on pit lane. Now, can he hang on here?
Yes.
Is Graham going to use some push to pass?
Newgarden got past Ed Jones there.
The guys to watch now. Graham Rahal's got to run down the back straightaway in the draft, but the 2 to watch now are Alex Palou back in the lead, Alexander Rossi, Scott Dixon, and Herta. All of those guys in the first corner accident.
Harvey with 98 seconds left of push to pass, but Graham Rahal 173 seconds. If he has the fuel to use, he's got the boost.
Got a couple of different strategies going on here. You got to keep your head down. Yeah, but they're on the same as us.
I'll tell you what,
The race isn't over.
that was a heck of an outlap by Jack Harvey.
Yeah.
Heck of an in-lap and a heck of an outlap.
I think that slide that Harvey had over in turn 5 put the heat in his Firestones that he needed, because by the time he got to 7, he was gone.
Yeah, he gapped Graham Rahal on the outlap on cold tires. But here comes Alexander Rossi.
And I think this might be real close to the leaders when he comes back out. I think he was about 30 seconds ahead, which is the time lost with the stop. Rossi is going to be fine as far as fuel is concerned. So while Rahal, Jones, and some others, maybe even Newgarden a little bit have to save, no such concerns for Alexander Rossi. He does not have a set of sticker reds to go, so he goes to the primary Firestone this time around on his final stop. Actually, you can probably see better than I can through the glare. That's a scuffed set of reds, isn't it?
It's going to be tight here, Kevin. Rossi's released. Down the front straight comes Harvey. Check this out. Rossi's going to beat him out.
Oh, he's going to beat him out, but it's going to be on a little bit here. No mistakes here. Now the next guy to come is going to be Palou. He just laid down a big lap time. The fastest lap on the track right now, 1:04 for Palou.
Oh yeah, this thing's far from over, because the Palou and Dixon pit stops will also blend very competitively with these guys. And now you see the pain for Graham Rahal. I think he's got to save some fuel to make it to the end. Rahal's dropped all the way behind Colton Herta.
Big fight right here. Rosenquist with the Dart Trace cam. Scott McLaughlin
This could
can't
get dicey.
take away from the fact that Scott
Oh.
McLaughlin just led his first laps of his IndyCar career. He got 5 laps in the lead.
So McLaughlin checking his mirrors. He knows it's tough to defend on cold tires on the outlap.
Oh, Paglia spun. Simon Pagenaud on the outlap on cold tires. He stalled it as well. His hand is in the air, and this is going to change everything now.
With a race win on offer. Let's see what happened here.
No, his teammate.
Boy.
Not his team. Oh, okay.
It is his teammate.
Uh-oh.
Will Power there on the outside.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Here, check out the orange and blue PNC Bank car. See you later.
Everybody going for the early jump on restarts here. It's worked out well. Joseph Newgarden getting around Rosenquist. Look at the yellow car. Colton Herta on Scott McLaughlin going inside.
Big lockup. Takes the position. McLaughlin hangs tough on the outside. Here comes Graham Rahal trying to make a move. Oh, we got contact.
Oliver Askew in the Hy-Vee Honda gets turned. There he is there in the red and green Hy-Vee Honda. It was Sebastian Bourdais in the Rocket Chevy on the inside, just tagged the young American.
Bourdais was racing VK for position and just got into the back here. Look at these two side by side. Bourdais is going to just nudge Askew.
Gave him the horn, chrome horn.
And more than likely, that's going to be under review for Bourdais.
Pato Award on the flip side for Alex Palou. If he can pull this victory off, it will be a 35-point swing.
8 to go, minus 1.3 plus 1.6.
He was 10 behind Pato Award coming into this weekend. He will leave 25 ahead. That is a massive swing in momentum for this guy who's had 2 non-finishes in the last 2 races.
So that lap, 3/10 quicker for Rossi. Big mistake on the lap before. Lost a couple of seconds on that lap, but he's closing that gap back down. Keep up the pressure on, but Townsend, this guy is not very susceptible to pressure.
Well, the difference between these two cars, tires. Palou on the black, Rossi on the reds. The Reds are hanging in pretty tough and delivering good pace for Rossi down the stretch, but the sun is also starting to pop out here in Portland. That's going to bring the track temperature up and I think make it a little more difficult for Rossi to make the Reds work. But he was down to about 1.4 second gap. He's clawed it down back to about 1.2 with 8 laps to go. So Rossi still very much has a chance here.
Top 4 cars are all powered by Honda. Best Chevrolet is Joseph Newgarden in 5th. Isn't that a cool shot? Love that.
Lap time this time around, just a 1/10 of a second quicker for Rossi. Still trying to close that gap as we go back down through the field. There's Graham Rahal and Jones. They were up front all day. It's been a quiet day for Takuma Sato, but coming home now in a decent position. He had an engine problem in the first practice, qualified at the back, and he's just kind of soldiered through this weekend, going to get a half-decent result in 12th right now.
Tell you what, talking about half-decent results, when you think about Jack Harvey starting 20th, and he's going to just maybe miss the podium in 4th, that's been quite the day for Jack Harvey.
You know, but Alex Rossi, for him, I know he wants this win, but this is a good building block for him going into his home race in Laguna Seca next week. It's close to where he grew up. This is a good building block for him. He can still win this race today, but this is a good step to finish out the season.
Takuma Sato mixing it up with Ed Jones there. That's the battle for 11th. Got to think Jones has been a little frustrated just after running in the top 3 earlier on in this race, and the way things shook out, finds himself outside the top 10. 3 laps to go.
Meanwhile, here's Rinus VeeKay and the Rocket Chevy.
This could be fireworks.
Sebastian Bourdais, Max Chilton, throw him in the mix.
Oh,
look out.
Yeah, this could be some fireworks here. Rinus VeeKay is very tough to pass, and Bourdais is going to try to make a move on the outside. They're going to end up in the marbles side by side here down the straightaway. Chilton now in the mix, 3 wide in the marbles, contact.
Look out, look out, look out.
Bourdais being very aggressive on the attack and also on the defense, all in one straightaway.
5 out the back, hang in there, doing a great job.
Inside 2 laps from home. Alex Palou is less than 4 miles from another victory this season and extending his lead in the championship.
How about Jimmy Johnson hanging tough there? Simon Pagenaud still behind Johnson. It's a huge improvement for Jimmy this weekend.
The racing helmet, whether you're a motorcycle racer or a driver of a car, your helmet means so much to you. It's very personalized. Always on Alex Palou's helmets are at least one or multiple gorillas. He says they're a peaceful creature as he begins his final two miles. He says the gorillas are a peaceful creature, but they're strong. And he says, I like to think that's how I am.
Is that why you call me gorilla? I'm peaceful? I wouldn't say I'm very peaceful.
Hey, if you own a fried chicken shop in Portland, Oregon, as Dario Franchitti watches on, get ready to see this guy tonight, because he only eats fried chicken when he wins a race. Well, he's almost there.
Absolutely brilliant drive today. Particularly staying out of trouble with his teammate there on the start. Yes, they had to take the drive-through. Yes, they got unlucky.
Oh.
And this battle with Bourdais and VeeKay is still on.
Yeah, they are raging it until the checkered flag. But yeah, I'd like to follow up on what you said. A masterful drive today. Lee, bring it on home.
Starting from turn 1 when he couldn't make turn 2, and he had to go in the emergency runoff area, to driving all the way with great strategy, good calm. Alex Palou wins in Portland and retakes the championship lead.
Congratulations, man. Awesome. Great job, 10 car. Great performance today.
It's hello Palou again. Alex leads now comfortably.
Oh, boy. Thank you so much. You guys are the best.
But Alex, after all that chaos on the first turn of the first lap, how did you and this team regain your composure to come away with this win?
Yeah, I need to see what was that turn 1. I don't know what IndyCar was thinking about. You avoid an accident and they put you in the back, but anyway, we kept our heads down. We knew that the race was really long, and I cannot believe it. We made it. The guys made it. They just gave me the numbers, and we just follow it. Strategy was amazing. And yeah, super proud for HPD, gave us the power we needed. PNC Bank was for the first time in the number 10 with us this year, so super proud of our partners and our boys.
Watch the Firestone Grand Prix of Monterey Sunday, September 19th at 3 p.m. on NBC.